Hello, so I want to show you how to pull up the EZ Pass toll report and then run that report and determine which ones we need to send invoices to. So let me share my screen. All right, so I am in the shared doc that's called operational information. I believe you have access to this also. Yes, Robbie. And so once you're in the document, you want to scroll down and you'll see the EZ Pass link. So let's open that. And then we want to use username and password. Okay. Now, when you're here, you want to go to the transactions. And we want to view the transactions because we're going to run a report. What I have found is it's easiest to run a report with all transactions, and then we'll pull a report Excel spreadsheet, and then we'll go through and we'll be able to identify. So we want it as the transaction date, not the posting date, because we want to know when they went through the actual toll. And I'm just going to do this backwards to, I think June 1st is the last time that we've looked at this, up to current. And we want to make this as much as possible and then do the search. So now we'll just go ahead and we see that items are here. So we're going to download a report. Okay, so here's our report. It has the posting dates, the charges, and what we really want is this tag number, because that, notice if we highlight in the corner and we come over here and we want to add a filter. So add a filter. And so now we can see that everything has, and let's see what the blanks are. Okay, so there are going to be some blanks that we'll need to identify these vans also. So we'll keep that in mind. But we can first go off of the transition or transponder number. Yeah, transponder. So if we come back over to our operations and you scroll down to the vehicles, each vehicle has a EZ Pass transponder number. So we can see Butterbean ends in 2554. So if I come back over here and I bring up this, and so now if I look at everything, just put in 2554. And so these are all the ones I want to identify as Butterbean. So what I did wrong though, so let me do this again. First, you want to clear everything. Then you want to put in 2554. Oops, 4. And now it'll give you only those. So now on this column, I'm only seeing. So I'm going to add in, and I'll just go ahead and put it at the end here, the van. And then I'm going to add in a column saying renter. And we need to add these back in to our, actually, let's do it this way. That way we don't have to do it. It'll automatically be in. If we pull it right here, we're just going to insert 2 columns. See, now it'll already be part of our filter. So here we'll put van, and then here we'll put renter. And I like to highlight these so that I can see them easily. So just, you know. All right, so now we know that these are all Butterbean. Now you don't want to drag when you're in Excel, because that's going to override what's in the other cell. So you want to copy the cell and then highlight all the rest of the cells and then paste. Okay. So now we can go ahead and let's look at the next midnight. And midnight EZ Pass is 3522. So let's do that one. There we go. Excuse me. So now we want 3522, and it's going to switch over. And so now we're looking at, these are all going to be midnight. So we're going to type in midnight, and again, copy, and then drag down. There we go. Paste. And now let's go and get the next number, Apple Crisp, EZ Pass 9863. So over here, and we want to do unselect that one, 9863. Okay, and so these are Apple Crisp. All right. Okay, so now we can go ahead and pull up the blanks. So let's see what's in blank. So pretty much most of the 49, it's the 49 in the license. Oops, Control Z. License plate ends in 49, which is Apple Crisp. All right, so let's open this back up. And so these are all also going to be Apple Crisp. Copy some of these, and then I can copy these and these. Okay, and now let's see the ones that end in 17. I think that might be Butterbean. Okay, so that one's Butterbean. All right, so now that we have that information, we can take away the filters. So select all. So now we can see everything. And the next step is we're going to look at who the renters are during the dates. So what I found is easiest in order to be able to kind of just narrow it down is if you put, when it's saying exit date, that means the date that they entered through the toll. So you can insert it either way. Actually, let's insert it over here. So this is going to be the date, month. So if we just do equal month, comma, and then highlight that exit date, it's going to give us the month. Now this time we can go ahead and double click and it'll automatically pull it all the way down. So now we know which months we're dealing with in order to find the renters. Okay. I don't know why my highlights, isn't that funny? Let's do it that way. So now what I like to do is kind of put this at a half screen and pull up the logistics page and put it at a half screen. Oops. So that I can see both. Okay, so now if I want to just look at May, and over here, I put in this month so that I can do this same thing. So again, you want to clear, so nothing's selected, and then just put in May. Oh, and there's nothing there. Interesting. All right, let's see what the problem is here. I'm going to pause the recording for a minute. Okay, so I don't know why it's not accepting. Maybe because it's a formula that's in this row, and so it's not filtering properly, but we can scroll. So here we have May, and it's May 29th is what we're looking at. And it looks like here, in terms of May, we don't have anyone that was renting during, oh, we do, here we go. There's two, May 29th, okay, good. So, this one is Butterbean. And so that renter was Daniela. And I think this is Taylor's number, since we didn't have, since this doesn't come up as any of the tags, then it's Taylor's, so we don't have to worry about that. So we'll just put NA here. Okay. Now let's go ahead. Now, since this amount was $2, we're not going to worry about it because we're only going to put a bill together if it's over $25. So let's go ahead, and you're basically going to do this again, stepping through the same thing for June. And notice June, now we got a lot more. So now what you might want to do is identify it by type of van. And so you can kind of go through, and actually I know that we already charged Carrie for tolls because I remember her paying that. So we probably don't even need to do June, because that reminds me. So one way we can look and see if in that month, were there even enough tolls that are over $25? And you can see the sum, it is $63. But I do know that everything for Terry, 1 through, so all of this has been paid. June 1st through the 18th. So we'll just put KH. Okay. And entry date. So all of these have already been collected. June 1st. Yeah, so all of this is, except the 23rd through, okay. So all of this is actually Carrie in that one. So she, and I'm pretty sure she did already pay 82 plus this amount. So that already came in. So then what we need to look at is who was the 23rd and the 20. So Jenny is the one that would have been here, 23rd, 25th. Oops. Copy and paste. All right, so now we can see how much was hers, and hers came to $16. So we're not going to charge. We're not going to send a bill. It's not worth it. So now let's go to July. And so July, so you can kind of see the pattern. So here I'm only doing Butterbean, but I would suggest starting with July on all the rest. And we have starting on the 8th and over here, the 8th through the 10th. So here's the 8th through the 10th. And you can see that that's not going to be over $25. In fact, that might be something to even look at from the beginning. Is this even 25? No. And does anyone cross over a month? If not, then we don't have to worry about it. So my hope is, so let's go ahead. Let's look at midnight for July. So midnight, July 4th. We have a renter July 4th through the 9th. So that's going to be here. And this would be these folks. 4th through the 9th. Whoa. Do it this way. And then fill all these up. If we look at that and how much do they have? $16. So no, it's not worth our time. So you're just continuing this pattern. Once you have the renter that does have over $25, then we want to create an invoice. And the way that you're basically going to do that, let's see if we have somebody so I can do it real quick. 12th through the 17th now. 21st through the 28th. 21st through the 28th. That's $11 now. 28th through the 31st. So now we have to look at, some of these are New York. That is probably with the 28th person. So 28th through the 31st of July. So now we're at $54. So this is one that we want to look at. Now, I'm not sure whether he had paid, but this is 28th through the 31st, Todd, Ireland. This will at least give an example. 28th. So we know that he went south. So and we can even look at the time. See, the time is in the evening. So Todd, Ireland, copy. And these are all, you have to be careful. Here's a 21st one here. They got mixed in. So here's 28th, 29th. Here's 29th. All of these look like they are within, nope, there's a 27th. So that's 28th, 27th. We wouldn't do 28th. And 28th through 30th. There we go. So now we can look at just Todd. And we have Todd's, and then you have what your total is here, and it's still $50.70. So what you want to do is now we can take this information, and we want to copy that whole block and just put it into a new spreadsheet. And I do copy paste values. So now we've gotten rid of any formulas here. It does mess up the entry date. Let's see if we can fix that to be formatted as a date. There we go. And we can correct this date also, format date. Okay. And then the only other thing is that we want, these are all coming in as minus amounts because they're taken out of the account. That can be confusing for people. So you can either just individually go in and take off the minus, or when you come up here, insert a row, and we'll put total due. And then we do equal sum, and we'll highlight this, and then we'll do times -1. So that makes it a positive number. Then you can format this to make it a currency. And so this is what we then would want to send to the renter so that they can confirm that these are theirs. And I just usually put a box around it, and then I highlight in between so that it's a little bit easier to read. We don't need to have everything, exact. And so then this table is going to go into the invoice that's sent to them. And I'll forward a copy of what the invoice letter looks like, so that you can see what we're providing and how they would end up paying. And that's the process. So if you don't mind going through, I am going to double check to see if he's already paid. So that way you'll know if we do need to send an invoice out to him or not. And I will share this document with you too. So this is all that. So at this point, what you're wanting to do is, I gotta find where I put in my last, there we go, select all. And you can also undo all of the filters here by clear, and that'll help. So I would say June and May are not necessary because I know that we already did payments there. I'll confirm July, but we know August is needed. And then of course we want to go through all of the vans, not just the ones that I did, which were just Butterbean and Midnight. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your taking this on. It's not something that we need to do that frequently because bills, it can take time for things to post. So even if we, and probably need to do once a month till we clear out October. And then my guess is there's not going to be much for the next few months after that. Thank you. Bye.